Good day everyone, my name is Yap Han. Today I will present my analysis for PQN 7005 Quality of Education. My topic is about bullying in Malaysian schools and I will look at it as a policy practice gap. This means that I will explain why good policies do not always work well in real schools. Let's start with the numbers. In 2025, the Ministry of Education reported 2,889 bullying cases in government schools. Out of this number, 740 cases happened in primary school and 2,149 happened in secondary schools. This information comes from Malay Mail 2026. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent a real student who feel unsafe at school. Even though the government has many policy, circular, safety audit, and also CCTV camera, bullying is still happening. This tells us that the safe school is the foundation for a quality school. If students do not feel safe, they cannot learn well. To understand why this issue is serious, let me share a real case. In 2026, a 12-year-old student in police who was top scholar in her class was bullied by her classmate. One of them pulled away her chair while she was sitting down, and because of this, she suffered a spine injury and was diagnosed with PTSD, which means post-traumatic stress disorder. She could not attend school for 4 months. On policy side, the Ministry of Education has done safety audits in 1,758 schools across the country as of November 2025. So the government is taking action, but cases like this, like in police students, show us that action on paper is not always enough on the ground. Now, let's look deeper into the problem. This is what I call the policy practice gap. On one side, we have policy. The ministry has issued 5 circulars from year 2000 to 2023. These are the guidelines from school on how to handle bullying. There are also CCTV cameras and safety audit. But in the middle, there is a gap. This gap happens because how well a policy works depends on the school leadership, the teacher, and whether students trust the system enough to report problems. On the other side, we have practice. This means the real school environment, how students treat each other, and how safe students actually feel every day. So, even a strong policies at the top, the result at the school level can still be very different. Bullying does not only affect school discipline record, it affects a student's mental health and ability to learn. A study by Zhao and College in 2023, which looked at more than 95,000 students, found a strong link between being bullied and having anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress, and behavior problems. This is very important. It means we cannot judge a school quality only by exam result. We must also look at whether students feel safe and supported. A student who is anxious or afraid cannot focus on studying. So, what has the Ministry of Education already done to solve this problem? There are 4 main strategies. First, ministerial circular. 5 circulars were issued between 2000 and 2023 as standard guidelines for school. Second, nationwide safety audit. As I mentioned, 1,758 schools have been audited as of November 2025. Third, CCTV expansions. The government spent 3 million ringgit to install CCTV in 200 school dormitories, and this was completed. For 2026, another 5 million ringgit were approved for 333 more boarding schools. Last, the counseling services. More guidance and counseling teacher has been placed in school to give psychological support to students. These are all good efforts, but are they really enough? Let's look at this more critically. Next is the most important part of my analysis. I want to argue that quantity is not quality. Right now, most strategies focus on compliance. This means disciplinary action, surveillance through CCTV, and also counting how many cases are reported. But here is the problem. Even if the government installs CCTV in 333 boarding schools, if the school culture does not value psychological safety and good peer relationship, bullying will simply move to blind spot, area where the camera cannot see. So, instead of only focusing on compliance, school also need to focus on culture. This means building psychological safety, pre-monitoring program, and also restorative practice. Restorative practice means helping students understand the harm they cause and repairing relationship, instead of only punishing them. In short, true education quality is not measured by how many cameras we install, but by how safe and respected students feel every day. Now, I will share my suggestion for the future. I will explain this based on 3 groups of stakeholders. First, for the principal and school leader. They should conduct regular school climate surveys to understand how students feel. They should also set up confidential reporting channel so students can report bullying without fears. Most importantly, they should build a culture of trust, not just a culture of rules. Second, for the policymakers. The policymakers should not only focus on disciplinary policy, they should also create an indicator that measures student well-being and school climates. More funding should also go to counseling and mental health service. Third, for the teacher should receive training to recognize early warning signs of bullying. They should also help to build positive peer relationship and teach social-emotional skills in the classroom. Continue with the remaining 3 groups. Next group is parents. Parents should join awareness program and keep good communication with the school. In many times, bullying behavior is connected to what is happening at home, so parents play a big important role. Next, students. For students themselves can be the part of solution through peer monitoring, student leadership program, and anti-bullying campaigns. According to Georgia and College 2024, restorative practice can help build stronger relationship and accountability among students. And the last group is the school community. This includes working together with non-governmental organizations, psychologists, and other community groups to provide extra support and expertise for bullying prevention. When all these groups work together, we get what we call a whole school approach. To conclude, bullying remains a serious challenge to the quality of education in Malaysia. The government has introduced many good policies, but policy alone is no good enough. What we need is whole school approach. This means school leader, policymaker, teacher, parents, student, and the community must all work together. In the end, a safe school is a requirement for a quality school. Students cannot learn effectively if they do not feel safe. The below are the sources that I used for my analysis. Thank you so much for watching.